too shy. I can't just go around admitting that it's you I like. I wish that I had guts enough to flirt a little, but I'm too scared I'll fail. I wish that I could listen to the voice inside me, a voice that always says, give it a go, don't waste your time, 'cause you're running out. Give it a go and ask around, only takes one try, yeah. Even if she tells you no, then at least you know. So give it a go, give it a go. I just can't read you when you pass me by. Sometimes you look my way and say my name and I turn around, but when I see you, you just
Okay, first off, let's do a mic check, and then I got a couple of things I need to try before the stream starts.
I had guts enough to flirt a little, but I'm too scared I'll fail. I wish that I could listen to the voice inside me, a voice that always says, give it a go, don't waste your time, 'cause you're running out. Give it a go and ask around, only takes one try, yeah. Even if she tells you no, then at least you know. So give it a go, give it a go. Oh, oh. I wish that I had guts enough to flirt a little, but I'm too scared I'll fail. I wish that I could listen to the voice inside me.
Okay, so far that's not working yet.
Give it a go, don't waste your time, 'cause you're running out. Give it a go and ask around, only takes one try, yeah. Even if she tells you no, then at least you know. So give it a go, give it a go. Oh, oh.
All right, that's better. Okay, so we're gonna try a little something new. I'm gonna do a test here. We're gonna run a poll live from chat, and all you have to do is type something in chat with the value that's in the thing you want to vote for, whatever word is there. So hopefully this will work. Okay. Nope. And I just messed up the pre-stream. But that's there manually. All right, well, switching to it didn't work great, but let's see if anything goes through. Well, it's starting. Maybe. It looks okay. The baby did work with the question mark, so that's good. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the pre-stream and try and get the timing synced back up. So beware of the time going crazy.
They say, did I ever really care? I don't think I did. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wanna get you. Still feel the way I feel when somebody
to have this as a
When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new. Hello, honey, how you been? Oh, it's been such a long time. I can feel my heart jumping. Are you still mine? No one ever married, no. But I come closer.
all right, I can't, I don't think I'm actually set up to alter the clock, once it starts, like I used to be. So here's what I'm gonna do. Since I had to test that live anyway, we're gonna take the extra few minutes, and just let this be the clock. Sorry to make you guys wait, but I still need to get, some stuff done. So, we'll see you soon.
We had to say the things we did. So grateful for the highs and lows. We knew we had to let it go. I never thought I'd see you again. Oh, memories come crashing down. I keep some of them in my heart, and others locked out. Oh, you look so good. Just this once, just one dance. Remember how you smell, but we can never stand another chance. 'Cause we were never meant to be. We had to see the things we did.
Thank you, Lee. I will keep that in mind.
Highs and lows, we knew we had to let it go. 'Cause we were never meant to be. We had to see the things we did. So grateful for the highs and lows. We knew we had to let it go. We knew we had to let it go. We knew we had to let
are featured on the Smart Doll website.
And we couldn't have done it without you.
It's Monday, April 10th, and this is your Smart Doll News.
Welcome back. Happy Monday, everybody.
We are so happy to see you. We are so grateful. Yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
It's kind of a crazy day. I think first right off, we got a lot of things to say thank you for, but right off the bat, we always have to thank our super smarties, which isn't working. I will click it myself. Where did it go? Oh, we're still in intro somehow. That's why.
There we go.
Things have stopped working apparently.
And you made all these nice changes too. Look at Chi there. Doesn't she look cute?
So we would love to thank Like No Other Designs,
W. Corden,
and of course Cyril Simone, who has been giving us super thanks on the replays of even old stuff. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's so fun to see.
We appreciate this every week. It really does. It does help us expand, and I think you'll see tonight some of the ways that we're expanding and making the news better every single week as best we can.
We do not rest on our laurels. We're always trying to do something different.
I think we should probably just get right into it, right?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if this button works. All right, we have a big drop last week.
Yes, lots of stuff, cleaning house, getting rid of some of those Gen 2 frames.
Yeah, we got simplicity kits, uncut vinyl bodies. So, Sandy, what's the difference between the simplicity and these ones?
I believe the simplicity kits are already fully cut for you.
Right, and the frame pieces. No, I guess the frame pieces are put together in both of these from the looks of it. And actually, the frame pieces are inserted into the main portion. So the arms are put together. The pieces of the legs are, the thighs and the knees and stuff are put together in the simplicity. So that's as easy as you're going to get it. These went up on the website last week. He had spines, like 8 packs for 5,000 yen.
Yeah.
He says cries at the end of that. Like lowest prices that you can that we've ever seen on this stuff, and it's pretty much gonna be the last. This was for me the big drop. A gray uncut vinyl body and assembled frame. So we have a full, like the because this is Gen 2 as well,
right?
We've got a full gray body with a blank head even. So you have
the
full
Hikari
doll.
2 head.
Yep. What's Hikari?
I believe Hikari is Anomaly and Haruka and
it's like Summer. Who was the other one that was in my head? I forget. A lot of great dolls are on that sculpt. And so that's we actually just got ours today. It arrived a little on the late side.
We got some extra frame parts and tea and cinnamon with it.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. He's been he did milk frames. Let's take a look here. He's been just putting in frame parts. I don't know where he wrote about that, but he basically like completely unassembled frames. We got a cinnamon frame parts and tea. So some other options. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with them yet, but it's not a bad idea to at least have some of those parts that you can put together in case you mess things up.
I mean, they're handy to have too. At some point you'll be trading and someone will be like, oh, hey, I could use an extra, ankle joint or whatever, and you can throw it into a drink.
Right. It looks like he had some blue busts and some leather footwear. And then I think, here was the the piles of frame parts here. So you can get an idea of what was sent. Now, the cool thing is, I think Now I can't get out of this. I guess I have to click the close button. That is silly. He has already announced that there's a big drop landing today. So for all we know, we may get tweets in the middle of the show.
Right.
If he does, shout it out in chat. We'll bring it up and take a look at it. We don't know exactly what's in here yet.
No, but he did make a post, didn't he?
Yeah, he did say that they have found more Gen 2 stuff after doing more spring cleaning. But I don't know if that's what he meant by big or if this is just getting added on. So what we know is there's definitely going to be coming some more uncut vinyl kits for Gen 2. And he says we also have a few tons of high heel and default feet.
Default feet. I believe, Magical Girl Kit Kat, you were looking for some default feet, and looks like you might be able to get them.
I was like low-key alluding without saying anything about their feet issues. But
did they have issues with feet? Yeah.
Calling them out.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly. I'm hoping there's something a little bit more to this drop than just more Gen 2. Mm-hmm. But because I think it would be easy to assume that if he's putting more dolls out that are that were option heads and such because we haven't seen everybody yet, mm-hmm. That he could easily put out a whole bunch of dolls in one day.
Right.
So we don't know. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy new. I think we're just going to see a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Carla Newman says, I think a new Gray Girl will drop.
That's the wrong way. That's not a bad thought. I'm wondering now that we saw gray uncut vinyl bodies going out, or for sale, I should say. I'm wondering how close at this point are we to gray transitioning to the Evolve frame?
I think he said in a post a little while ago that the next round of gray would be Evolve, but I don't, maybe I'm imagining things, but I'm pretty sure he said that.
Yeah, I just don't know if we have a time frame yet. So mm-hmm. I think it's coming up pretty soon, though, based off of, again, memory of what he may or may not have said, but also the fact that we are flushing out, the old Gen 2 stuff.
Right. Of course, you could always go on the, like Danny being sneaky and saying a big drop means that Smart Doll Plus is coming.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think so, based off of this. Now, he does mention more freebies in this, which is great. These may come free in your purchase. If you don't remember, I should have pulled up a picture of this, but these were you could basically hook clickety-click stands or clickety-clack stands into these little triangle pieces and make a tripod.
Yes.
Out of multiple stands.
Clickety-click stands, which is very cool.
So that'll be interesting. We also have insoles. So we can and flat-footed soles. So now he sold the soles right before.
Right, but they weren't flat.
Right, they were like the boot,
the regular
with the
boot, the hero one. This was regular with the heel, just like on all of the lace-up boots, etc., and so forth. These are actually flat, and he said that they were originally for Supergirl and Stormtrooper boots.
Yeah, he mentioned specifically Stormtrooper boots, so he's clearly played or has been playing with Stormtrooper boots. But then he mentioned But remember, don't meet your heroes, which, I mean, you took a little bit differently than I did.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, was it DC or
You mean Disney?
Or Disney that he was having a problem with? Because he said Supergirl and Stormtroopers.
Right. I think that was just I'm getting away from doing this now. I'm done with licenses in general. I don't think Disney or DC, even if it was the Japanese department, would be like, no, he's referring to his previous post about no cosplaying, that a Japanese company did not like him having a Coco girl cosplaying.
Right, and I can't see Disney having that issue because they're doing everything with trying to be diverse.
Yeah. So I think he was just doing a callback and just mentioning that, like, he may have worked on this and played with this, but this is not something that's likely to come out.
Right. It may be a cosplay, but not a real thing.
Right. He also mentioned this. This is pretty amazing. I mean, I don't know how many you're going to get, if you're going to get a full set or just one, but he's actually throwing in for free paint masks.
Paint masks that have not been used, that they're not planning on using for a particular doll. So these are ones that we haven't even seen used before.
Yeah, he did mention, let's double check. They're for prototypes. Some of the packs, some of the vinyl bundle packs have guys' bodies in them, which is cool. And
they are prototypes with hard vinyl for the chest and hands.
Yeah, which is,
to make sure we are aware of that.
So they're definitely not made for prime time.
Right.
And where did he must mention them. Yeah, so he does mention Perception as one of the girls that never came out that are paint masks.
Oh, he does say some are discontinued characters, so we did see them, but they're not making them anymore.
So, I mean, I know they have multiple paint masks, so maybe they've got to have multiple paint masks just to deal with scalability.
Right.
So, I wonder if people are going to freak out a little bit when, like, the character. I mean, can you imagine if classic Chi paint masks showed up in this?
Right.
And it's like, is he like, are they gone for good? Did he just hand out all this stuff? I gotta assume. Do you think he's keeping some?
I think so.
Yeah. And let's see. And then here's the vinyl parts. So there's some clears, all sorts of guy parts in there. It looks like just a bag of feet, a couple bags of feet.
Yep. There's some head caps in there, and then like all of the regular skin tones.
Magical Girl Kit Kat Gaming says paint mask equals cry. I really hope that you film yourself opening up if you get anything tonight, just in case you get a paint mask and just in case you cry. Like live stream it, please. So we have a great big drop with a bunch of stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, I think I skipped this in the order accidentally. So let me go back because I think this was supposed to be at the top. Now
am I losing something? There you go.
No, I'm just using the wrong. There we go. We also has, of course, alluded to at the beginning. No, not alluded to. We didn't allude. We said it out.
We said it right out. Yeah.
The new Smart Doll Creators page is up, and we are on it, and we cannot thank you enough.
We're so happy. I mean, we're, like you guys put us there. Danny said such beautiful things, and it's just like, I get verklempt thinking about it. Like,
yeah, it's like if you need like a boost, just like go and read, read what Danny has to say.
We get a constant reminder of why we're doing what we're doing, and it's just like, oh, it's so good.
So this is, for those of you who don't know what this is or where it came from, over the summer, like in June or July, he started a Google form. We've had it on our videos linked. It's down in the description still. To a Google form for you to fill out and basically let him know who your favorite, nominate a creator, what type of creator they are and why you love them and what they, bring to the community. And so he has taken the most popular creators out there, and this has been a way for him to highlight creators, but give kind of the control. That's not really the word I'm looking for, but put this on the community to be their voice.
Right.
And this is not him picking out who he particularly likes. This is you guys. And there's photographers, there's YouTubers,
storytellers.
Like us. Yep. All sorts of options. Thank you. We got all right. We got a stacking super chats here. So thank you, Barbie Witch, so much for that. We really appreciate it, and thank you, Amy Zickerman. We're like in unison. That is, we really appreciate it, and really does help. Yeah, let's take a look here. We've got Jerry Fernando. That's Ocosterero. We have some of his clothes.
Yep.
Michaela, which they've been taking lots of pictures with their son, and just a lot of fun. They do so this is some parents and their son and their smart doll, and they take these really sweet photos, and it shows what smart doll can do within a family. Yep. We've got, of course, Mara Kahalu. Mm-hmm. I believe they were my choice. Right. I looked up how to pronounce this, but now I can't remember. Is it Federland? Federlander? Federland? Federland or X. We can't pronounce it. We're sorry. I prepped, and then I prepped way too soon. I needed to remember that this was here. This is great stuff. Federland. Federland. Is that right? I don't know. I'm moving on. We've got Mirai Barcelona, MDK, who is in our Discord and has been sharing lots of great photos. You'll see, I'm sure, some in the Smarty Party today. Daydreaming Bee, who I've always loved their photography. And they actually did a whole they did a show of their photos in Australia. Yeah, they are really, really fantastic photographers. And Danny actually made them a chef's uniform that is like the Daydreaming Bee chef's uniform or something like that. Yeah, that. This is really awesome. That is just so cool. We have of course, the awesome pair, Enchantarium. Yeah, Alex and Barb. Always love their content, both Smart Doll and non. And great to see them called out here as well. And Family Vans, and of course, Michaela Frost. We love Michaela. We know almost all of these, but if you're not following the community closely, it's easy to, miss out on some really fantastic artists and content creators. So what do you think of the content creator page? I think it's wonderful, and I think it's great that it's the people deciding. And I know that there's people out there going, why didn't you pick this person or why didn't you pick that person? He didn't. The collective community picked the people that are on the page. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for everything you do all the time. You are invaluable to us, and we thank you very much. This is just so cool. This is going to be updated. From what I last heard from Danny, he's looking at adding more. This form is like it's always there. So keep voting for people. Keep adding people in.
We don't know how often he's going to update.
I do somewhat. He has a goal of adding a few more creators every month.
Okay. So if you didn't make it this time, you might make it next month.
Yep. So he's got the system in place. As you can see, if you are a creator that gets picked, it's going to involve like writing a blurb and sending in some pictures and things like that. So really cool. He did, as he promised in the beginning, send each creator out like something. They asked them what they wanted. You already know what he got us, although you don't necessarily know that it's connected with this. But he sent us the first Evolve frame in the wild, which was Never Say Never. So that was just a once in a lifetime chance to have like first access to that. It was fantastic. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Danny, for doing this. I know the community appreciates it. I mean, even in the chat, Mimico Minis says the whole concept of highlighting creators like this is just so wholesome and sweet. I love it. Yeah,
really. Just since we started the stream, there has been comments about the creator page. So great idea, and we thank you for it.
So now I've got to go ahead a couple pages here to the other news this week. Transcendence.
So that is the name for Vampire Girl.
I think she'll always be Vampire Girl to me. She's gorgeous. And that hasn't changed.
And I'm like, I could love her in cinnamon. I could love her in gray. I don't know. I think she's amazing.
Do you want to read the poem?
Would you like me to read the poem?
Go for it.
Okay. Amidst the shadows, doubt, and strife, transcendence shapes our very life. When others try to dim our light, she guides us to a soaring flight. No vengeance sought, ahead we tread with silent strength, no words are said. Success, the answer, sets us free. Transcendence leads to victory. This power lies within our core, a state of being to explore. Transcendence, our unwavering friend, lifts us high and helps us mend. Embodying strength and spirit bright, transcendence shines her guiding light. With her, we rise above the fray and show the world a better way.
Now, I don't think anybody guessed or suggested Transcendence that I know of.
No.
And we had some guesses. Transcendence, it makes sense. It's like one leap beyond like being
the literal.
The literal interpretation. So it's nice. It's nice. It's a little bit. I like it being not quite so on the nose as everyone was thinking.
Lee just says, "I hear you in there, Puck," and I'm sitting here thinking, "Oh, can you tell I've done a little Shakespeare?"
So she is not coming today. We can officially state that. But there has been some talk about, whether or not, the fangs, whether, do you want a vampire girl or not? And
she's beautiful, but the fangs.
Like, the whole point of her is vampire girl, but so he put a poll out on Twitter to ask, do you prefer the fangs or no fangs? Let's take a look. I mean, I'm always looking for unique. That's like my thing. I would not pass up the fangs.
Yeah, I'm a vampire girl from way back.
Way back.
So like, like when vampires first started hitting that, like, it's really cool to like vampires thing, I was there. Yeah,
for me, I mean, I would love this so that she can go fangs in, fangs out, like, you know, like as an alternate head. I love alternate heads. I wish she kind of had a different expression, but obviously that's not going to happen.
Yeah, right. I mean, to have both, it would be for me because she can put her fangs away.
Yeah. So the poll ran, and let's see what the results are. We're at 62.5% for fanged, 37.5% for non-fanged. That's 467 votes. That's a lot
of people that want her non-fanged.
Like, why would you? That's like, you know, like declawing a cat. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we gonna get people like? I don't think it would be that easy to do, but do you think we're gonna start to see people like erasing the fangs on their doll, like they're doing?
They're doing with Pride.
Yeah,
but I don't know how easy. Well, I guess you'd have to patch it, because if once you, excuse me, I need to drink a little something. But once you remove those fangs, you're gonna have to patch the lip too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do not think this would be an easy job to do. He did. There was some talk. Some people asked, you know, what. You know, why is it 2-dimensional? Why is it 2D fangs, not 3-dimensional fangs? You'll see 3D fangs on like more resin dolls and things like that. And what Danny has said on this is just even the 2D fangs are difficult. 3D is even more difficult because every single fang has to be hand painted. Mm-hmm. And it is a lot of work, and it's not scalable for the team. We're lucky, honestly, that we're getting fangs. From what I understand, the paint masks, because of just the nature of them, present some challenges for doing the fangs, because the fang has to touch that inner lip line all the way in the crevice of the mouth.
Right.
So what we end up with is challenges of getting the paint all the way in there and having to do little touch-ups and stuff even with the paint mask, and shadows being cast by, you know, the spray of the paint, and the thickness of the paint mask causes issues on that, and that curve in the lip. So it is not the easiest thing to do, and as always, Danny is concerned about scalability.
So he did also ask if she comes out as an option head.
Yeah, he has confirmed that non-fanged will come out as an option head.
What should she be called?
Oh, separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Transcendence doesn't really work.
Underbite?
Underbite?
Lack of bite? Muzzled? Not hungry?
Bloodless. Are we taking this seriously? I don't know. Chat, let us know what you think we should, what you think we should call the thing. I don't know where, I don't have that tweet up. So
Toothless.
Toothless? That's taken. That is taken. Pre-trend, the unexalted, or non, I don't know. Slayer. Slayer at best. Yeah, I got no idea. I've seen the Barbie Witch says Goth Knight. Mike says Ascendance.
That's a good one.
Carla says unenlightened.
Marka Storm says no, underbite is perfect.
I agree. I think you got to go with your gut.
Danny doesn't seem to like my names though. I've tried a few times.
Yeah, it's let's see what else we have. Oh, that's the end of that. We've got I think we got a picture of in the behind the scenes pictures later. Danny did ask a couple of things. Here, let's go back to at least looking at her. And one of the things he asked, what other G7 girls should we see? And a lot of people gave a lot of feedback on that. The interesting thing that we would like to know, because the whole G7 thing is it's a paint mask for G7, so they could do this to any G7 girl, which opens up a lot of cool vampire versions of girls, which would be a fun possibility. But we're gonna try something new tonight, and if it utterly fails, I'm sorry. We'll see how this works. I did do a test though, which is why we're running late today.
Something new and cool.
So let's try a different button here. No, that button is just failed. All right. We're going to do a poll live today. So we're going to ask you which anime sculpt should get the fangs. So we've got G7 for semi-real.
Right.
Which anime sculpt...
Now, keeping in mind, we're not talking about the face-ups on these dolls. We are talking about the sculpt. We've just given you an example of each.
So these all represent multiple opportunities, although some less than others. For instance, the cheese sculpt is Chitose Multiverse, and that's pretty much it. We can see that people are already starting to vote. All you have to do is type in the word in a message that you want to vote for in the chat. You can technically vote for multiples if you want to, sort of, I guess it's not really stack ranking them, but no,
and we're watching it pull ahead and as you go, which is very cool.
Yeah, we've got a sort of neck and neck-ish race between Kanata and M1. M1 to me is the no-brainer.
Oh, she'll look fantastic with fangs.
Grey North with fangs, so good.
And I think the M1 mouth has room for the fangs, like in a good way.
Well, so let's take a minute and talk about the ones that are getting very little votes down here. Probably the ones that are not so familiar to people based off of the names, and that is Yuri and Hikari.
Right.
The Yuri sculpt, I've actually got. Let's see. I don't think I fixed that there, so I think it says the wrong thing. One of these is wrong. I think the one on the smartdoll archive is wrong. We'll come back to that in a second. But Yuri is Curiosity, Felicity, Liberty, Starlight, and Valiant. And the Hikari sculpt is Anomaly, Haruka, we've got Oceana, Prowess. Prowess with fangs would look amazing.
That makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of cool options there. Let's get back.
Especially since you could add just one fang to Prowess. And she wouldn't be a vampire, she'd be a sassy kitty girl.
Yes, that's true. Although he's got a very thin, sort of curved fang that's a little more snake-like on Transcendence, versus something like a mischief. The Fang Girl, the Mischievous, is more of an equilateral triangle in typical anime. Let's see how the lineup is doing. We've got 37% right now voting for M1, and then the Kanata sculpt following closely. Moment would be fantastic, like sexy vampire. Anybody else on the Kanata sculpt that you'd be interested in?
Trying to think. Singularity, maybe? Trying to think who else would be on the Kanata sculpt that would be...
I think it's all about, what's going to give us the most bang for our buck? What's got the coolest options across the board? And I think that's the one thing that M1 lacks is multiple girls.
Right. I think those eyes and everything, I really, really think that the M1 sculpt will look very cool.
It will, but we're not going to I think if we want fangirls and good fangirls and multiple fangirls, I think Kanata is the way to go, personally.
You think so?
Because ready to go, you've got Kanata, Moment. Who else is on Kanata sculpt? It's pretty big.
I think doing cheese, that mouth is so small.
Yeah. I don't know how you're going to put fangs on there.
Yeah, but it is an anime sculpt, so we put it on there.
So Kanata is Athena, Challenge, let's see, I don't know if we're still having it, Destiny, Justice,
Kizuna.
Kanata, Majesty, Moment.
Oh, May would look great with fangs.
Yep. Singularity.
Wonder.
Yep. We don't know how much we're going to see those. Those were like the early prototypes for, they were option heads for like some of the DC characters, like Wonder Woman, something like that.
But that doesn't mean he can't decide to bring them back just as a vampire.
No, there's definitely a good chunk of options in there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think M1, even though there's really only one girl out on the M1 sculpt, she is so good.
Right.
That it's worth doing.
She's fire. She is fire in every single color. It's great.
What do you think about bringing back some of the other sculpts, like the classic Chi sculpt?
I think there would be a lot of people that would love that. That would love their Chi basically cosplaying as a vampire.
Yeah.
You know, I think that could be very successful. Some of the earlier generation semi-real, which tends to look much more on the anime side now, like
and have
G1 and G2.
Yep.
Yeah, like G1, I think, would be very cool. As a vampire.
Yeah, this is I think we're honing in there. The chat seems to have settled in, at least with who's voted. We might be able to check in later. You can feel free to keep voting if you change your mind or want to, I don't know. Well, don't start stacking it. Don't make it worthless. So that looks pretty good. M1 followed. I think M1 and Kanata seem to be the top choices.
Yeah, I mean, they both, their attitude too. Like, I think that the fangs will just sit really well on M1, and I think that it's the attitude of the Kanata sculpt that people will like the vampire fangs with.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope you liked the polls. It seemed to work. So we'll be doing that. We've got something else to try, although no, people are doing it. So it may not be working, but somebody give me like just an emoji in the chat by itself. I have a feeling it's not working yet, but I was working on getting emojis to come up on the screen as well. But anyway, I think it's time to bring a little guest onto the show of sorts. We've got a little message from a friend.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's bring in Mirai. Hey, Mirai. Mirai would like to remind you to give this video a thumbs up. Open up that hand pack one and click the like button. Yes, the milking the cows.
Get out
milk
hand pack one and milk cows.
All right, see you, Mirai. We of course rely heavily on your likes to get these videos out to more people, and we really appreciate all of the assistance we can get, of course. All right.
We have found, by the way, that if people that collect other dolls watch our channel, they tend to want to buy smart dolls. So if you have friends that collect other dolls and you want them to collect smart doll, share our channel with them.
One of us. All right. So that was all the headlines. We are gonna get into a look back over the past couple of weeks of behind the scenes photos and see what's on Danny's desk.
Yes.
All right, we have a whole bunch of Transcendence. That's a whole lot of Transcendence.
That's a lot of Transcendence. I'm loving the gray. I like the cocoa, but I'm still on the gray and cinnamon train.
Yeah. Milk would bring back like a limited edition milk.
Yeah.
You need those vampires just paler than pale. This is very cool. It's our first look at the Coco, though.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in here.
I will say the fangs show up really nicely on Coco.
Yep. Good contrast. It's interesting. Yeah, the sort of purplish, like these little marks here, kind of got a purple reddish, or maybe a maroon tint to them. Definitely a little tart. I mean, this is not great lighting.
No.
To be looking at these, but hopefully we'll see. Danny, can you give us like a good shot of Coco Transcendence? We'd love to see her.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about this doll, and I'm thinking like, the red eyes are part of what really makes this doll.
Yeah.
Besides the fangs, so I'm really wondering what she's gonna look like with other eye colors.
Well, right, and if he does an option head, he's got to choose something not red for the eyes.
Right, because it'll be normal with no fangs.
That will really make it different. I mean, maybe he'll keep the red, but I feel like change the eyes on the option head so that she's not.
And then
so
you could
fancy.
have like, has the bloodlust, doesn't have the bloodlust.
I've got the bloodlust. Yes. We cannot wait. Give us more, Danny. It is just, yeah. Let's zoom all the way out. Let's take a look at this. This is the cross section of this. I just put it in here because I kind of thought it was cool. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Julia. You are awesome too.
Oh yes, she's. We got to remember to read out the chats too. So this is a cross section of a torso and not a torso. Yeah, the torso and the frame, the spine, basically. It's very cool. I kind of want to like separate it from the background and like do a print of this or something. It's very cool looking. Nothing to understand here. I just thought it was cool.
It is cool looking, seeing the cross section.
Here we've got a new coat.
A new jacket. And I was like trying to figure out, I'm like, this looks familiar to me. And I don't know for sure what it is. Like the style of it.
Is it Naruto?
Oh, maybe.
It's got the the elasticy, the ribbing on there.
Yeah.
The thick sort of collar, but I don't think it's literally Naruto, because I think that this is like he's farther along with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Here's another shot. I love this like fat pocket here. It's like the nice big, those darts in there, making it really roomy pocket. More shots of those insoles.
Yep. Those would be cool to have.
Amanda Nystrom says leather jacket in regards to the.
It could be, but it's reminding me of somebody's particular jacket. And I couldn't think if it was. I was going, is that the jackets that they wore on Hoth? And then I was like, and then we looked and it was like, no, that wasn't it.
Yeah, it's weird. This is probably the most interesting picture that we've found over the last few weeks. Danny's had the eye cradles for some time now. I've never quite gotten the hang of them. They've kind of been a little bit fiddly for me. It's nice to see how exactly how much they clip off of blue tack and put on the three sides
so you got
of the back.
3 squares of blue tack on there that they just cut and place.
But here we also have some like thick rubber washers.
Yeah.
And
like a gasket thing.
And then it looks like they are blue tacked onto there so that they don't come off. And you can see them with eyes. It looks like they're just the right size
to hold that eye in place.
Yeah, to give it enough pressure, enough tension to hold it in place, but still make it movable.
That's so much cleaner and tidier.
Yeah, I would love to know, it's going to be in metrics, which is going to be annoying to find, possibly, but I'd love to know what you're actually using there, Danny. and to see if that makes these any better. But yeah, very cool. So that is it for our behind the scenes. Again, we're just kind of pulling in. We've been focusing a lot on the headlines lately, so I did want to pull in some behind the scenes pictures just to make sure we're catching up on what we feel is kind of the important bits that we might have missed over the past couple of weeks.
Right.
And if anybody knows this show, or I mean, I suppose if it's your first time watching us,
welcome, first of all.
Yeah, welcome. This is the if I can find my button. This is the part of the show where we dance.
We came to party all night long. Let's sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our
I would first like to apologize to anyone who was actually expecting us to dance. I realized that after I said it, there was no dancing. Hopefully you were dancing with us.
You see, he can dance. I can't.
If I want to. Of course, I've already left my friends behind and found you all.
Well, you left them because your friends don't dance.
Yes, well, if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. You are such an awesome community. We love what you do every week. We love seeing your work. We love you sharing it with the world. And of course, we have to give a shout out to what is becoming our weekly Smarty Party Ninja Super Chat, W. Corden.
Thank you, W. Corden.
This is the part of so I realized I redid like all the bumpers. I added new bumpers. And I even had a bumper that we haven't seen yet, that we may not see, the break glass in case of emergency kind of thing.
Okay.
But I forgot the Q&A. But this is the part of the show where we try and answer your questions as best as we can.
Give them to us.
Let's take a look at what we have. Anna Kay wants to know, what else did we order in our drop last week?
Just the Gray Girl.
Yep. That's it.
We are being very focused.
Yes.
We still have to have our garage sale. So.
Oh yeah, we have too much stuff. It was too much to pass up though on that an extra gray body.
I will say I did get some Volk stuff last week though.
Yeah.
For the smart dolls, but some Volk stuff.
Let's see. Jojo Osceola says, congratulations on being a smart doll creator. Also, do you think any full dolls will drop tonight or just more Gen 2 stuff?
I mean, there's always a possibility he's at least going to sneak in somebody that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, what I can't tell...
Or hasn't been, like, re-released yet, I should say.
I can't quite tell yet if, like, did he know what he had when he said there's a big drop coming, like, in terms of the Gen... Like, he had a bunch more Gen 2 stuff. If he did, then that's probably... We're seeing a second round of that, and that may be all it is. Just more spring cleaning. But there could be, there could be a new doll in there, or, a returning doll.
A returning girl, yeah.
So I'm hoping there's at least, a girl is coming back, but we just don't know. All right, and Kanal says, have you tried the smart doll shoemaking stuff yet? Because I have, and it's really fun, and now my brain wants to research human shoemaking.
There are some good classes out there for human shoemaking that you can take. I have been participating for a while in the like the historical costuming community and stuff, and a lot of people make shoes, and there are actually some good shoemaking classes online that you can take.
And considering how much of what Danny does is real shoemaking techniques, I'm sure that will also help in the regard, in regard to doing it at a smart doll scale to some extent.
Right.
Some of those skills.
I think Siri thought we said something to her in there.
Probably.
And then the other answer was, no, not yet. I have a couple pairs of the Hero Souls, but John is...
Oh, you're still waiting on last?
I'm still waiting on the lasts.
Yes.
So that I can actually make them properly.
Yeah. We got a little busy.
But I do have a collab coming up that I'm going to have to make some shoes for. So.
Gabby says, I want a Jimmy Choo class. Good luck.
I'm sure he has time for that.
He might, actually. I don't like, where do you think Jimmy Choo is in his career in terms of, like, the amount of, like, control over his schedule,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know he's like, he sold the, he doesn't actually own the whole company anymore.
Right.
But I'm sure he's still doing stuff.
Maybe he'll do a master class. I doubt we'll see him on Skillshare. that would be sad.
Oh my god, that would be awful.
Like,
Masterclass maybe, because some really awesome people do Masterclass, and this is not a sponsored thing for Masterclass, but it's pretty cool.
But at the same time, it's also a lot of, like, we're gonna get a celebrity, like, and just do a long form documentary / interview with them and call it a Masterclass. So it's, it really is. I don't know, but yes, there's that clout level of I don't know, aspect to it. I don't know. But I don't think we're going to see that, as lovely as that would be. And that is also very lovely.
Thank you, Kiwi Collector, another fabulous smart doll YouTuber.
Kiwi Collector says, thank you so much, guys, for giving me something to watch every week, even though most times I don't get to see it live. Now just need Danny to release something awesome. Cross our fingers.
Yes, we would love something awesome.
I think there's usually, well, unfortunately, there's always something. It may not be amazing, like the thing it's not, may not be Vampire Girl, but there's always, like, something that is just like, I want it. I've got to stop myself from buying it.
I think the only things I'm waiting for right now are Vampire Girl and Smart Doll Plus.
Yeah. No, that's Vampire Girl, and we got ways to wait on Smart Doll Plus.
Jessica Geo, thank you.
Thank you so much. Jessica says, congrats for being creators on Smart Doll, and thank you for putting us there.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for you. You may not have voted for us, but we appreciate you anyway. This is let me make sure that there's no other question. Oh, we had one more come in. Julia says, how often do you have the sewing gathering in the Discord?
It's not a set time. Every once in a while, I just decide to put one up. I probably should make it more routine
regular, yeah,
than I am. We actually should just set up. It should have its own channel, I think, so that we can keep it out of events.
Okay.
But
and then people can just hang out in there.
That's beside the point. Yeah, they could, but that's beside the point. We do have one coming up. It's not sewing; it's knitting. And Small Seams is going to teach a knitting project for any skill level that wants to come. We're going to put up like what you need to get for materials. They should be easy to obtain.
Nice.
And you can join us for a small smart doll knitting project.
Okay, so that is not scheduled yet?
No, it is scheduled. It is
Okay.
on the schedule for the 22nd.
Okay, so check that out in the Discord. Look up for the events section at the top of the menu on the left-hand side, and be sure to hit a reminder. There's a lot of people who sign up and say I'm interested, and then like how many do we? You got almost like 30 or something.
Yeah, usually like 25 people will sign up, and we'll have 9 tops.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there is room for people to join us.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. And if you see it on there, pop in. We don't use our voice channels very much, and Discord is like primarily like a voice driven, sort of
Right.
network. But so I would love to see more people just hanging out and chatting in voice.
We were playing around with sharing the what was I gonna say? Like doing a watch with me. Like I put on something from YouTube and we watched it together.
Yep.
So there is opportunities to do fun stuff like that.
And thank you so much, Janice, for that super chat as well. You guys are just ridiculous tonight.
We
Thank
love you so much.
This is I've had so much fun just hanging out with everyone tonight, and we love this every week. And we hope we see you in the Discord. It's a growing community. We're getting close to 500. We're still a baby server, but
We get more stuff when we get to 500, which is very cool.
Yep, and I will add that we are 1 server boost away from hitting the next level, which gives us some more options, like a server banner and higher quality video streaming and stuff. So we're almost there as well. It's coming along. I'm looking forward to watching it grow.
So join us in our Discord.
Yep, visit us at myladydisdain.com/Discord. And honestly, if you've never used Discord, just do a search for what is Discord or how to use Discord on YouTube. There's a lot of really great beginner videos out there. I think
that's everything.
I don't want to go, Sandy.
I don't either, but we have to go get Wallet-kun ready.
Oh, yes. I kind of want to. Should I do it?
Just to show it?
Yeah, I don't know. No one's going to see this. It's all the way at the end. I'm going to preface this with do not pay attention to what you're about to see. This is a test of your emergency broadcasting system. And that's it. Yes. And again, this was just a test. And Lee says the server is now at level 2. If that was you, Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You do so much already. If it wasn't, thank you whoever did. Fantastic. We appreciate you.
Enchantarian wants to know if we should do a Discord watch for the drop.
Hop on Discord. Hop in the event. Or there's a general. We can just hop in.
Can we just hop in general and hang out?
We can pop in there. Although our video, Discord doesn't like our video. It's gonna be a little bit weird. But we cannot wait to see you. If you want to pop over in Discord, Discord. We're gonna have to let the dog out. We could stay for a little bit.
We can go back and forth.
Yeah, and we might just mute ourselves in there, but and stay online.
But yeah, join us in the Discord. We'll have a little chat.
No one likes to listen to our dog scream, and she doesn't need to stay in the cage.
People like the breaking news, by the way.
Yes. All right. And out of all the stuff that I redid, I failed to do this one, which is goodbye.